get in here. He should be in any second.
Listen, Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. I did not see that coming.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he had a Kobe mentality for that game.
Man, we're gonna definitely talk about it, man. Like, what did you see when you? Well, we can go ahead and do it now. Brandon's is here. What did you
Yep.
what did you see? Nard, what did you see, bro?
Man, while I was watching Bam, he looked like the best player in the league last night.
Uh-huh.
I mean, nobody could have guarded him. I mean, the way he was shooting the ball, the way I don't know what he did before the game, but listen, that was a career night for Bam Adebayo, and I'm happy for him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm happy for him because he etched his name into the history books. He'll be in there for a long time, and he'll be that trivia question, like who has the second most points in NBA history in a regular season game. That's gonna be his claim to fame now. So for all that, that's cool. But I did have some issues with how he got to that final number. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue is how he got to that final number. But Brandon's just here. I'm gonna let him talk a little bit. What's up, B?
What's going on, y'all?
Chill, man.
Go,
He's chill. Nard here. Nard in the house.
Nard, what's going on, man? I ain't talked
What's
to you
up?
in a
What's
minute.
up?
Everything good, brother?
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Nard from the Nard Report. Out here on 411 Live tonight. Man, his crew Nard got a crew, man. Like, I be listening to y'all, Nard, checking y'all out, man.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah.
Man. You saw the Bam and we're getting to what Udoka had to say about it, but and others, but what's your initial thoughts on all that, man?
So yeah, I mean, I guess kind of like everybody the other night when it was kind of coming in, everybody just saw if you weren't paying attention to the game, it was like you get the headline, Bam goes for 83. And so the first thing I thought was like, that's a typo. Like, nah,
Yeah.
he didn't go for no 83. Maybe 63. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So you kind of go back and you look at it and I think the first thing I saw, he had a 30-point first quarter, 43, I think at like the half. And so you could tell he was, he was having a career kind of night. But the thing that I guess I have a difference in what in Nard and what I saw was it got to be where it became manufactured almost. I'm trying to find another word that kind of, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You could tell now. True enough, he was he was playing and he was doing his thing, and you got to give him credit for for how he was performing all the way up through the first what I'm saying few quarters of the game. But the biggest thing, man, was all these free throws, and then like where it became like obvious that it just became obvious that there were fouls being made to give him free throw attempts and to get more possessions. And you know what I'm saying, to extend it just, you know what I'm saying, like after a while, man, it stopped being basketball. It stopped being a regular basketball game, and it was kind of like, hey, let's see how many points we can get him to get. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. And that's what, to me, And I'll sit up here and I'll tell anybody in the world I'm a Kobe fan. You know, um, the thing about Kobe, and if you watched, like being a fan of that type of player, because people like types of players. You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna like point guard type players. People are gonna like center type players. People are gonna like shooting guard type players. It's what I'm saying? Like it's the type of player that you tend to follow or that you tend to like, and the way that they play the game is how you pay attention to the game. And so like with me, it got to be it you know what I'm saying? It just got to be bad basketball. It got to be bad basketball with all the fouls and um the way the Wizards were just kind of letting it happen, man. That was what was bad to me. Um, Even with that game against you know, Toronto. And if you go back and you look at what Sam Mitchell said, and what I'm saying, like, man, we did everything we could to stop this guy from scoring. And it was like kind of the opposite with the Wizards. They did everything they could to let him score. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So like to me, that's why as a fan of the game, you know what I'm saying, that's to me that's the thing that where it becomes kind of disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that you can't have, like we've seen, guys, Devin Booker, I can go back old school kind of Dana Barros and some other guys when they had some 50-point games, you know what I'm saying, some guys that weren't, headliner kind of guys, and they,
What's
you
up,
know,
the
these
ball
guys,
knowledge?
huh?
No, I was saying, what's up, the ball knowledge? 18.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see some of these
Yo,
guys
what
that
up?
have some of these games where they go off, and Lucas had a 70-point, Devin Booker's having a 70-point game. Um and so like you can get these points, you know what I'm saying? But when it gets to be where it's not playing basketball anymore, that's when you're like, come on, man. Like, and to me, and I'll get off my soapbox here. Um there was, again, like if you go back and you look at Toronto and what was going on in that game, uh, the Lakers were down. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers were down in that game. So uh, they got jumped on early, and, they were playing to get back into the game. So, like, Kobe took the shots and, what was going on. So, but it was in the process of trying to get back in the game. Miami was up most of this game. And again, you got a guy and he's cooking. You want to give him the ball. You want to do the best for your teammate as a team that you can do. But my thing is the other team, where is your pride? Where's your profession? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your professionalism? And like, dude, you're not gonna do this on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna do this on us. And I there's a lot of blame to pass around. Um, None of it is on Bam though. That's my one thing. I don't put any of it on Bam. I think that he did what that anybody's doing. He's playing through what he was supposed to play through. But the Wizards and even Spoelstra have, to me, like I'm looking side at you now. You know what I'm saying? You look real. I'm looking real side eyed at you right now. You know, and um it's basketball, if you're a basketball fan, basketball is already taking all the hits in the world. And it's like if you don't follow basketball much and you sit up here and you just look at this and it's like, dang, that's how y'all play the game, you know.
Yeah, I
But
mean, what do you mean by that?
that's my
Like,
rant
what's
about that, man. Again, like I say, I I don't blame Bam Adebayo at all for what he did. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. Um,
Yeah.
But there are a whole lot of other factors and everything else that was going on there that should have stopped that. He shouldn't have scored. He shouldn't have scored 80. 83. He
So
straight.
Antoine, I think that he was hot in the first quarter. Okay, so he set the tone with the 30, whatever, 31 or something he had in the
He
first
had
quarter. So
I believe he had 43 in the first quarter.
well, it was something
No, it was
something
31 in
amazing.
the first quarter. It was 43 at the half.
Oh,
All
yeah, I
right,
was thinking about that at halftime.
Yeah.
all right. So he had 31 the first, which means you're on track to do something special. Okay, so he was probably hitting everything he throw up, and I get that part. And then 40 something at the half, that makes sense because you had 30 something in the first quarter. So now it's like it's halftime. I'm sure they were sitting back at the half, like, you know what? You've been hot. You almost got 50 points in the first half. Let's see what can happen here. We're gonna force feed you and see if you can get some kind of record going. I'm cool with all that. I just the things that I had issue with, and I think you was alluding to it, Runnage, was when the game started turning it started not turning into a basketball game where you got teammates missing free throws to add more possessions. You got teammates the same team fouling to add more possessions. You're manufacturing the points. Once it starts getting to that part of the game, now I think you should just cut it off. You should like, hey, you whatever number you're gonna be at tonight, that's what you're gonna be at. But let's not manufacture it because if that's the case, then who's to say tomorrow night, they just let Wemby just go to the basket and dunk every game. I mean, every play. He'll get the number, but is that like really setting the bar, or is it we're setting things up? And so basically, it was kind of staged at a particular point. You're challenging plays, and again, you're up 30. There's no need to challenge plays. Like you're doing stuff to manipulate it and get the number versus, hey, if he's just hot and if he's hitting, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with 43 free throws made or attempted or whatever number.
I do. Come on.
If you,
That was horrible.
but I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it if you're drawing fouls.
I mean, that's
But
a
if you're
part of the
not,
game.
right, if you're not drawing the fouls and you're getting these free throws because teams are fouling you on purpose and all that kind of stuff to help you get there, I have a problem with that. But if you're drawing the fouls, then I'm good with that. But I just don't like how if you manufacturing extra possessions.
Yes.
That's the problem that I had with the thing. Like, and again, it's not because he broke the record that Kobe set. I already know, and for me personally, records are set to be broken, and I think a lot of us agree with that. And that's why they're there. They're there so that history can be made in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problems with that. I want somebody to try to break Wilt Chamberlain's record because Kobe don't have the record anyway. So when everybody keep trying to say it's Kobe, 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 people mad because Kobe didn't. No, Kobe don't even have the scoring title. I mean the scoring record. Wilt Chamberlain does. So that's not it. We just want to see it done,
The
the right
right
way.
way. And again,
Yeah.
and to piggyback off of that a little bit, I think because like I say, I can't remember exactly how much time or what it was.
Yeah.
Even in that fourth quarter where Kobe got out of the game, he took himself out of the game. So he could have scored more points. You know what I'm saying? And I think at a point where you're kind of at 81, if he had wanted to go for, try to push it that 100-point mark, I think, what I'm saying. But at the same time, when you respect the game, I think, like I say, records are made to be broken, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I think sometimes, and it depends upon the player. As much as people want to criticize Kobe for some of the things that he did and how he was, I think, I think he was like, you know what, that's a record that if it gets broken, then somebody else will break it. I won't be the one to try to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I think he was fine with like trying to, you know,
I mean,
I
Bernie,
think he was fine
Kobe,
with like I say with what he got and where he was. I mean, he could have easily scored 90. You know what I'm saying? He could have put himself on a 90 plateau. He could have easily done that. you know.
Also the game, but also that game against Toronto, that was like the game was Toronto was actually in control of that game for at least three-fourths of that game.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
in control of that game. So it was more of a real game. And believe it or not, I remember watching that game live because I had the NBA League Pass. I was watching the game, and actually on my fantasy basketball team that year, I had Kobe on the team. So I started seeing the trend happen when he started getting hot. And it was like it was a real game. It wasn't a 30, 40 point blowout and players out there just, getting stats. And I think that's part of also why there may be some pushback on Bam getting this record or getting the 83 was because of the type of game it was too. I mean, it was a non-competitive game. I mean, it was already decided long ago, and they're just basically out there, doing additional entertainment at this point. So,
Yeah.
it counts. Not taking nothing away from it because it counts. But if we all being real about this, it was it was part talent, part amazing play, and then part stage, in my opinion. And Ball is in here too. What's up, Ball?
Oh, my
But
bad, my
anyway,
bad. Hold on, hold on. I got you real quick.
is that Ball? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Ball
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah.
You had something to say about the Bam thing, man?
Nah, I think it was a great game. I like how you passed up Kobe. It was just a great game. I don't really care about the 43 free throws because if you really look at the top five, like most free throws attempted by a game, they're all by a center, and Bam Adebayo was the center. So there was like generally like foul calls because there was generally like double teaming, triple teaming him. I feel like he should
Mhm.
have never been in the game, but he was. If you want to break the record, you could break the record.
Hey, man. Another the other team got, you got to stop them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
but man, look, the Wizards are a team that when you talking about tanking, we talking about a team that has AD and Trey, and they're not even playing these guys. And I know both of them could play this year. They're just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna sprinkle Trey Young in here a little bit just to make it look good, but the man didn't even play in this game. He ain't that hurt because Trey came back last Thursday or Friday? He came back
Uh-huh.
and they were playing him on limited minutes, and now he's not playing at all in this game. Like we know what they're doing. They're tanking. They're basically a borderline G League team right
Yeah.
now, and this it's just a perfect setup. And so Bam was hot. The man only averaged like 21 a game anyway, so it's not like this was an expected thing, or like it ain't like it's Devin Booker trying to go for 70, 80.
Okay, and I want to put my point in with this with the free throws. Why I do have an
Yeah.
issue with it because, like I
Okay.
said, it was the way that the free throws were attained. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, it'd be different if it was like you know you know what I'm saying, like you say, he wasn't really drawing a lot of the fouls. They were just damn fouling him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like no, that's when that, you know what I'm saying, like that is not in the flow of a get when you're losing. Why the hell are you gonna foul the guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, no, you don't damn foul. It'll be different if it was like you say, like a Shaq or or like a somebody that wasn't a good free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? And they're cooking. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of want to throw their rhythm or whatever it is to see how it is. Bam is for a big man, like he's a decent free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're hurting his game by putting him on the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? So that's my issue with the with the free throw kind of situation. Like you gave,
Okay.
like you're giving him free freaking points. And again, my biggest thing with the Wizards is where is your level of professionalism that I don't, I ain't never made a dime playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never paid for nothing. But one thing about it, you know, I I didn't like to lose. You know what I'm saying? That's I mean, like just my competitive nature about playing. Like, I don't care who I was playing, where we were playing against. If I, I don't like to lose, man. And to have somebody just like doing that to me, dude, I'd have got thrown out the game because I'd have Russian sickled that cat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm.
Well, they obviously didn't, man. So yeah.
That's where my
So
issue with the free throws come in. You know what I'm saying? Not so much. And again, I don't fault Bam for anything that he did. I don't fault
do you
Bam.
fault? Do you have an issue with the coach with Eric Spoelstra on
Yeah,
some of the things he was doing, some of his antics in
yes,
this situation?
absolutely. He was helping manufacture the points. You can go ahead, Nard. I'm sorry, brother.
No, I wasn't about to say nothing, but yeah, back to what y'all was saying. But Bam Adebayo, phenomenal game. 83 points was really unexpected, but this is what happens when you don't play defense on a player like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
true though. Yeah, free
Okay.
throws. I don't really care about that. Like, free throws are a part of the game. You feel me? You foul, you get your shots at the line. But overall, he did what he had to do to score 83.
Uh, I mean,
Well, what you think,
it's kind of
411, about Spoelstra? You tell me how you saw. What did you see, and how do you
well.
feel about that?
I didn't like how Spoelstra played along with it as far as challenging plays. Uh, basically instructing his teammate, instructing players to miss free throws so that they can add extra possessions in the game. It's one thing to be okay. You're excited for your player. Okay, he's having a historic type of night. No matter how it ended, he was gonna have a historic night because he already had a great game just off the first quarter.
And I,
But
and
you know,
I think he has
but
set
don't
a
go.
heat record with the 62.
Yeah,
I think that was a heat
right.
record. So
Well, that's cool and that's fine, right? And I think that part I'm good with. But now when you say I'm going to challenge a play, we up by 35 on this team, but we out here challenging plays, add extra possessions. We're going to instruct our teammates to miss free throws so we can try to get extra rebounds. We're going to foul the other team so that they can go to the line, and then we can get the ball back right quick. Like when you start doing stuff like that, that's where I draw the line. If you can't get it throughout the flow of the game, if you can't play defense on a full possession, come down your end, run plays for Bam, and get the shots up. If you can't do it that way, if you can't get to the number that way, then you just can't get to it that night. But you end up with 60, okay, that's great. Still a great night. But don't manufacture it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because again, that takes me back to if tomorrow night, Jalen Johnson, we'll use him for example, if he gets hot and he's got a big first quarter, maybe a big first half, and then here come the Hawks. They start fouling the other team so that they can stop the clock, get the ball back. You know what I'm saying? If you start doing stuff like that to get the number, now I'm just looking, everybody's going to look at you with the side eye, and everybody's going to put an asterisk by it. And I think that's what's going to happen here with Bam. I think there's going to be an asterisk by his 83 at the end of the day. Anybody else?
Nah.
I don't argue with it. Um, yeah, I just feel like when they was fouling the other team on purpose, I felt like that was disingenuous. Um,
Yeah.
that was really the
I'll
only
tell you.
problem I had with it.
Yeah.
Because
and I think
free throws are gonna come in, especially when you're a center and they're like literally trapping the paint and stuff like that, doubling and triple teaming you.
Yeah.
I feel like the foul calls were genuine.
And even and a lot of times when you score these when you have these kind of scoring outbreaks, even the guys who average 35 a night or 40, you're gonna get a lot of free throw attempts. I mean, that's part of the game. Like
Yeah,
that's how guys get their point. A lot of scorers get a lot of their points because they're drawing fouls, they're going to the line, they're scoring while the clock is stopped. So that helps add points without time running off the clock. So you're gonna get to your number at some point, or you're gonna have a high number. Um, but just when you're making up stuff and doing crazy stuff to get possessions, that's just too much for me. Like it's one reason to do foul people like Shaq because he's not a good free throw shooter. So that's hack a Shaq. That's why he's gonna get a ton of free throw attempts. But this kind of stuff I just thought they went too far with it. That's all.
And I think the best word that you used, my man, was disingenuous. And I think that's where everybody kind of, if you like basketball, and the only part of like I say, the part of it where it gets to be just that, it's like it's not it's not how you play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't play
Yeah.
ball like that.
It
That's
turned into a
just
joke.
not how you play basketball. And then it's at the highest level. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, like this is the highest level that it's supposed to be as far as like how guys, where you want to be as a professional basketball player. You want to be an NBA player playing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care which team you're on. You know what I'm saying? Like you're one of how
You
many
won a
is it?
450, man.
Yeah,
450.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's point of people in the world. You know what I'm saying? You're one of those guys, and that should mean something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you should wear that um with pride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then and to let somebody, you know what I'm saying, like you say, to let somebody embarrass you. And like I say, even if we look back at you look back at the Kobe and Jalen Rose kind of thing. You got that commercial, and it was so funny. The commercial was so funny because Jalen's like, oh shoot, here you go, you know what I'm saying? And then they go through, and the guy's like, how many olives do you want? 81. And you get that look, and they're both like, you know, Jalen didn't want to be the damn butt of that joke. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, man, I don't want to hear about this 81. And these guys are like going along with the crap. So that's what I didn't like about it. It's like, I get your team, and I get your team wanting you to do something, but as an opponent of you, bro, you're not gonna embarrass you. Like, no, man, no,
It
you
just
just
felt
not gonna embarrass me like
it
that.
just felt manufactured. At the end of the day, it felt manufactured. And I think
Yeah,
that's what happened. Like it probably in the first quarter, first half, it kind of felt legit. But once you start getting into that stage of the game where both teams started playing this cat and mouse game, that's where I think that part of the show, that part of the game is where all this is coming from. You know what I'm saying? If they had just played it out, and even like I say, even they just ran plays for him, and he just jacking up shots. If they're going in, cool. But at some point, it's like, hey, we're not going to go to all these little tactics to get you there. You know what I'm saying? So that's for me. But let me ask y'all this: is there a player that's going to break Bam's record of 83?
Nope, not that I know of.
Nah, it's gonna take a very long time for somebody to break that.
Okay, so I say that I'm asking that because, for one, I don't think any of us thought Bam would be the one to get 83.
Yeah,
So if he can get 83, is there somebody else out here that can get 84?
yeah.
I don't think it will be a guard. I think it will be somebody like I don't know, like Wembanyama or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about Wemby.
I think Wemby.
I doubt SGA could do it.
Well, okay, and both of you guys, I get what both of y'all are saying, but like, is it?
I think the most a guard will get will be at least 70, just because.
Yeah.
But your guards tend to be like we just said. Your guards tend to do the one thing that your big men kind of your guards tend to be better free throw shooters. They tend to be able to shoot the three. Because like okay, what is it? How many threes did he make out of this whole run?
He made 7.
7. So
So
he got so he
if he
he
made 7,
so he
that
he
means
manufactured 7
Steph
extra
Curry can
points.
make Steph Curry can make what 18 threes in a game?
Yep.
Yeah, but
He could.
the guards aren't actually like crashing the boards, getting rebounds, and putting it back up and in. They're genuinely getting their buckets. That's how Kobe got his 81. That's how Luka Doncic got his 70. That's how Devin Booker got his 70. They're generally just getting buckets. They're not just shooting, getting the rebounds, putting it back up and in. They're generally like trying to score.
Okay, yeah, and I get that, but see, like if you look at it, Bam got a lot of he got a lot of I know at least 3 or 4 possessions where like I won't just say cherry picking, but like it was like a one on one kind of situation that like they get it and you know uh like they miss a shot and then they're getting back and then it turns over real quick. It's like a sudden change, and so he gets it, and he got a few cherry pick buckets too, which
Devin
what I'm
Booker
saying.
did too. I think Devin Booker did too. Luka did
Yeah,
too.
and you're gonna get those kind of points. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get those. My biggest thing is like you said, where you can create the extra points with the 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? You get the 3-pointer,
Yeah.
and even where you're gonna be a a really solid free throw shooter. Like you say, all it takes is some of this same nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put I mean, like you say, if we're gonna pick at somebody, like I say, like a Steph Curry, he's a really good free throw shooter. So you give him 43 free throws, shit, he might hit 38 of them. You know what I'm saying? Or 39 or hell 40. 40 for 42. I mean, like that's 40 points you didn't gave him without what I'm saying, without even.
Yeah, if Curry gets 40 free throws, which he probably won't. I think he'll
Yeah, I
get.
Yeah.
mean, and I get what you know what I'm saying, but again, we didn't think Bam was gonna go to the line 43 times yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't think that either. You know what I'm saying? So um it
Again,
was
Bam. Oh, go ahead, Brandon. Finish your thought real quick.
no. It like I say, it I guess and all of us, I guess we're arguing the opposite side of the same coin where, what I'm saying, we're just picking points and trying to make a point. But the thing is, um they did foul him, you know what I'm saying? Like he did get a
Okay.
lot of the fouls. And like I say, the other team kind of helped this along. You know what I'm saying? That
So
it wasn't just what the Miami Heat and Bam Adebayo did. It was what the Washington Wizards didn't do and what they allowed to go on. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
So, but I don't want this to get lost. So, who is the player that somebody thinks can break the 83 for Bam?
Yeah,
I
Wemby.
see Wimby. I heard Wimby's name. I heard Curry's name. I still think Curry is a guy that could do it because of his. And this is what people say, right? He's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. So, what do you need to get to that number? Bonus points that you get him through threes. If he can get a game where he's just unconscious for three and get layups, because he is a good now he is good at driving and getting layups too. So like, and if you also manufacture more attempts and you force feed him to shoot a lot of threes and he gets hot, I mean he probably could get at least 83.
I don't know, but
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
one thing about one thing about Curry is like that we can sit up there, you can ask Curry fans and you can ask Gold, like he doesn't get a lot of calls either. You know what I'm saying? Like they always
Yeah, we
complain
don't.
about the
He don't.
fact
They don't. He don't
He
get a lot
don't
of calls.
he doesn't get a
he
lot
don't
of free throw calls. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't go to the line as much as a lot of the other top scorers do.
but he
You know
can
what I'm
shoot
saying?
the three.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, absolutely. The
I
three ball
mean,
for him
He-
is the absolute equalizer that he could, put up the points from three to be able to create that. But again, like you say, we look at what Bam. Okay, so how many? And I don't have it. How many free throws did he make out of the 43?
36
So 36. So he got 36 points
off the line.
basically handed to
off
him.
the line. Off the line. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the
He had
rest of
36
it,
points handed to him. So you take, okay, so you got 83, right? So Take
How
36
many
away from that, so you got what, like 47 points?
times two? That's 20 layups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
that
saying, you know,
rate.
like yeah, like you say, just scoring that. So, like I say, you take away the free throws that he got, and you know, what I'm saying, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna give you 36 points from the free throw line. Can 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 Curry score? You know, what I'm saying, can he score you 47 other points? Hell yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
It's
like you
but
say, I mean,
it's not
yeah,
as
like
easy
can
as it
Wemby do it?
sounds though.
Yeah, I mean, but can Wemby do it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
I
But
at
think
that
Wemby
point,
can do it. I think Wemby
yeah,
can do it
yeah, I do too. I mean,
because
but at
he
that
can
point,
shoot the
a
three
lot of
ball.
guys could give you 47. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
you
guys could
tell
give you 47 if I'm gonna get 40. If I'm gonna get 36, if I'm gonna get 36 from the free throw line, or you know, somewhere, if 35, 36, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in that, if I'm gonna get that from the free throw line, then God, yeah. I mean, that makes it so, you know, that's where, again, I get, again, you know, I guess we're, like I said, we're arguing, you know, the different
no,
sides of the
we're not.
same point in
Well,
that.
we're just trying to break down what we think Curry can do right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think Curry, if you give me a game that he hits 23 pointers, what's that? 60 points. We've seen him hit 10, 11 in the game, right? What's the most he's hit in the game before? Anybody know?
13.
Okay. So if he makes 7 additional threes, which is his specialty, he's already at 60 right there.
Yep.
Give him 12 free throws. That's 72. Give him about 12 layups. We right there.
Yep.
He's
She had
It
100.
sounds
man.
crazy, but when you have these kind of you have to have the unusual night even to even be in this situation. And that's what we're saying. We're saying if a guy who can already shoot the three has an unusual night or unbelievable, hot streak that night, that's what he would need. So he needs to hit 7 more threes than he's hit before in a game.
Eating and
That's
something
possible.
that he would actually do is like two different things. I don't think
He can shoot,
he can shoot, but
right?
23s, like it took this man like 4 quarters to get those 13 threes, man.
Yes, on a normal night. But we didn't. But this is an abnormal night. This is a night where he's hot. I'm saying if you're going to do it, that's the type of player I think can do it. Somebody who can already shoot the three and can get hot, but now he's hotter than fish grease. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all he would have to do. Just get a couple layups, you know what I'm saying? Couple layups, couple more layups, get some more free throws than he normally get. You right there.
I mean, but again, if we're, I mean, like I say, you say potential players. I mean, like you say, I think Wemby could do it. I think Luca could do it. You know what I'm saying? I think Luca could give
That's
you
one
enough.
B.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
because
saying?
Luca dropped 73 what last year or the year before that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He can shoot. So Luke can shoot threes and he can go to the line, which
And
will
he,
give
yeah,
a lot of stop
and in
clock
that same
situations.
way where you were talking about the inside buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like when he
Yeah.
plays, he can play on
Yeah.
the inside. He can he can
Yeah,
get it in.
That'll be a good
that's why I kind of say like Curry can't really get 83 because he can't really score inside the paint like that. He's a
You,
good inside paint like shooter, but like he's not all that. I
you
don't
know,
think he
you
could get you 12 layups in the game.
the and
I
ones.
think
You know what I'm saying?
if you
But
playing
oh,
them,
you know, I think
but
Curry.
don't forget.
I think what 411 is saying about Curry is like he could, where he could manufacture his points would be
Yeah.
through the outside as opposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, like you're saying, like how, you know,
Yeah.
Bam and somebody like Luca and even maybe somebody like Wemby would be doing more and ones. You know what I'm saying? You getting the points that kind of way. Curry is just gonna create his and ones with the three. You know, he can, you know, I mean, like you say, he's hit 13. I think Clay has the record with 14. I mean, could he hit 17 in a night where he's just, you know, going
I
stupid? I
think
mean,
he could hit 17. Yeah,
yeah. And so,
he
like,
got to.
if we say 17, so
54.
what is that? What is that?
That's 54. Wait a
Okay,
minute, 17. That's 17 times
51. That's
3.
51.
That's
51.
51.
51.
51. That's
Okay,
51.
so that's 51. You know, okay.
That's 30
And if we
points to
giving
go.
him them 30, if we giving him them 36 free throws, now he's already got 8. That's 87. You know what I'm saying? So shit, he could damn near give you 100. So a I think that's like I say, that's where my thing with the free throws kind of gets back involved into it, where it does make the difference because you're getting the possessions and you're getting, like you say, it'd be different if Bam was a bad free throw shooter. He's not a bad free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
he's for a big man. I don't know what his percentages are, but
He's official.
um,
He's official.
yeah,
Well, but right here, Brandon, Bam averages, and maybe somebody can look it up. Bam, what's his scoring average?
But like
Probably 21 a game.
it was nah, it was like 19 or 18 before we had that.
Right. Okay. So he averages between 19 and, let's just say we'll give it 20. We'll round up to help him out. Curry has averaged 30 in a season before. So even though Curry doesn't score on the inside as well as Bam, he's damn near averaged 11, 12 more points per game than he has. So in a game against a Wizards type team, in a game where you also, if he's hot, and then the coaches start doing all this other stuff where they say, hey, we just gonna let you jack it up as many times as you can. Don't worry about the misses. We're gonna keep letting you shoot, shoot, shoot. It might get to a point where he can get 83, 84. I like the Luca suggestion too, because Luca does draw fouls. He does live at the line and he can hit the three. He can get hot. You know what I'm saying? He can get scorching hot and stuff. So he would be a ideal candidate for that too.
Yep.
I would think he's got the strength and all that. But now, does he have the endurance? That would be the only question I have, which is an actual plus for Curry because he does have the endurance.
yeah,
Curry does run all day and still shoot. So, and he's not a shooter that has to be still and just shoot. Curry he shoots off the run and all that stuff. So, and run off screens and all these different things. So, yeah, the other team might be tired of trying to guard him and just let the man go. So I think those are some good ones. I think Damian Lillard is one because he has the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a mentality that I think he has the attitude to try to do that too. If he gets hot, like he ain't gonna be like ashamed to try to keep shooting
He ain't gonna be
or put.
ashamed, but he ain't gonna do it. I think I think
You
Luca
know,
Victor Wembanyama can do it most definitely.
yeah,
um, I'm trying to run through the guys in my head. I would have said, I don't know about now, just because of the what you call it, but you know, KD, he kind of gives you,
Yeah.
you know,
Anthony Davis.
KD
Kevin Durant.
Oh,
Durant,
Kevin Durant. Okay.
yeah,
KD,
Uh,
Durant, uh, you know, just from the way he can score, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing. And again, like I say, what is everything what we're gonna get back? We're either you're gonna have to be able to score a lot from 3 points,
yeah,
or you're gonna be able to, or you're gonna, you're gonna punish them with the and ones, or when you get fouled, you're hitting your free throws. And so
yeah,
KD
like,
can't
you
create
got
fouls. They made like rules for this man because it was bad. Like how he
who's
would
that now?
create fouls. I said KD.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, I would have thought that like you say, it just, I mean, and again, it's so much with the. I think now, after what happened with Bam, it'll probably be one of those things where it won't get said out in public, but it'll be one of those things where it's like, hey, this is like, hey, the league got the attention, but it's almost kind of some bad publicity, and people say there's no such thing as bad publicity, but like I don't think that. I don't think that the NBA and the brain trust and the people that are like, in charge of optics and all that stuff. I don't think that, like I say, I don't think
Well,
that
like
they would.
they're not gonna brag about it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, they're
and,
not
and
gonna.
I don't
Oh,
think that they're gonna, I don't think this is
Brag about
something
who?
like going forward that other teams are gonna be like, kind of
Brag
like you
about
say,
who?
just kind of what the Wizards did. I think that they're gonna be like, none of y'all better not, like nobody else better not try this crap. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll
Yeah,
be something that goes forward, like
yeah,
because
Brandon.
again,
Brandon, that
it just didn't
Brandon,
look good.
Brandon. That's why I think that it's going to be more of a footnote about Bam's. I still think the Kobe 81 is going to be talked about more than Bam's 83. Like the only people that's really going to be talking about Bam's 83 are Miami Heat people. If you're part of the Miami Heat organization, you're gonna talk about Bam's 83, just like Wade was talking about today, saying, you try to score 83 points and see how tired you'll be. That's not the argument. No one's saying the man didn't put, it take work. Even though it was kind of staged at the end, it still take work to get there. That's not the
Yeah,
argument. It's just about how it was manufactured. And I
yeah,
don't think the league is gonna hang their hat on that kind of uh landmark moment. They'll stick more with the Kobe moment and the Wilt moment than they will, what Bam did. I think the Devin Booker 71 is more impressive than this
and
83.
oh no, I
yeah,
don't think so. They was losing by damn near
I
30.
do.
He was basically like
I
stat
think it
padding.
was because of Booker. His points were the points. It wasn't like they fouled and stopped the clock and teammates missing free throws and doing all that stuff for him to get that number. That's what I'm saying.
Why would they do that? They're down 30.
Well, why not? I mean, the Heat were up 30 and they're doing it. Like there was really no reason for them to do that. The game is over. Like
No, that's right. That's right.
there's there's games where Kobe had 60 something by the third quarter and they sat him for the fourth, or other games like that, like with players. So like
I
you
you
get what
know
I'm saying? It's
the
manufactured
biggest
whether
thing,
you're winning or you're losing. There's teams that were manufacturing. You manufacturing something.
and the biggest thing that both you guys have said, and the words that have come out, and a lot of words that are using are the main things that you said: disingenuous and manufactured. Nobody said that about Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying about this game and what he did. And so, like, when even, what I'm saying, when the, like, we're the regular fans and we're the people that are, watching this stuff, if those are the words that we're using, it's like, come on, like with the, like when you in the club, or the basketball players, like, man, they're going, in about a week or so, you're gonna see a whole lot more people chiming in
Yeah.
and being like, like, come on, dog, especially the older cats and some of the ones that have, um,
But
kinda,
you got some guys like Wemby, they wasn't too impressed with this. If
you know,
check out some of their comments, which it'll be on the page in a little bit, but like there's comments that some of these guys are making that like, yeah, okay, he got the 81. Basically, that's what if you read through it, they're just saying, okay, they're acknowledging it, but that's about it. And then they're moving on because they know that it was it was kind of not done.
it
You know what
wasn't
I'm saying?
real. Yeah, it like you say, disingenuous and manufactured. Those are the words that are being used to describe the game. And so that is what, that's the biggest takeaway that you get on I'm sorry, about what.
But it's in the books.
Yeah,
But it's in
it's
the book.
yeah.
It's in the history books. You can't take it away. And I know people tried to do that with Wilt's 100, right? Like none of us
Yeah,
were here to see it.
nobody. Well, we didn't see it, or it didn't get this, or it didn't get that. I mean, like, it was an NBA game. Somebody, scored the point, so it was like, what I'm saying, it's not like it was at a pickup game, and it wasn't anybody there. Like,
It was a real
it was an
game.
actual NBA game, and it actually
Right.
had, you know,
People there.
stuff going on in the game. So it was, it
Yeah.
wasn't fake. It actually happened, but.
But people don't want it. A lot of people may not want it to think it happened because no one has even gotten near it. And you want to. I'm not saying anybody in particular, but there are people that are discrediting it or trying to. But you got to think about when it happened. It happened when the league wasn't as popular as it is, right? Like the history and the timing of it, like technology and all the broadcasting and all that, is not like how it is now. They wouldn't streaming now. They wouldn't have all these networks then. So, radio was important back then. So it's not going to be all in your face like games are, the last 30 years or so. So but you can't take that away from him. I mean, he did it in this game. It's documented. There would have been people that would have came out and said at some point, people who are no longer playing basketball, but they played at that time, they would have came out and said that wasn't real if it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because over time,
Yeah,
people
if,
start coming out. They'll
yeah,
come
if
out and
it was,
reveal stuff down the line, and ain't
yeah,
nobody 40 years later, 50 years later has come out within that range and said that didn't happen.
absolutely. And I guess I guess if you said I guess about Udoka, he
What's that, bro?
what no, I was just saying you were saying something at one time about what Udoka was saying or his
Oh
comment
yeah,
on the 83 and that stuff. And like you said, man, you see a lot of even the like I say, even the mainstream and a lot of stuff, everybody is, they don't want to put they don't want to make this a bad thing, but it again, it just look when you looking at it, it doesn't look like basketball. That's where you kind of lose people.
it's kind of like the All Star game. When the All Star game for the NBA and when the Pro Bowl All Star game started looking like non basketball or non NFL football or non NBA basketball, that's when you started losing people. Is it still the All Star game? Is it still the Pro Bowl in NFL? Yes. Are those players going in history as All Stars that adds to the back of their basketball card or the back of their football card? Yes. But the actual game is not what it was. And that's why people stopped watching both of them because it stopped looking like an All-Star game. And that's what this is. It's like it's in the books, it's history. And but they're not people are not gonna look at it across the board like this is a true, you know, second of all time scoring game. No matter how you want to look at the end of the day, in my opinion.
Mine as well.
But yeah, ball. Anything else, ball? You want to throw out there, man? That you want us to talk about?